Hi guys, this is Artful Kisses. I've been having some trouble, but hopefully you can see my sketch there. I drew this picture for my best friend's birthday, and I thought I'd share it with you guys, so I recorded it. And I've got a new setup that is working so much better. It's a little weird, but my lamp goes out in the middle of it, so there's that. This is window light. Um, but I drew this for my friend's birthday, and this is my illustration style, so it's kind of cute and simple. But since this is a picture of me and my best friend, I thought I'd talk a little bit about friendship. So, this is some obvious stuff. Humans were made to be relational, and we are. So you don't need to sit here while I tell you how important it is to have friends. And I'm not going to do that. You already know. But what I am going to say is that we are very much influenced by the people we surround ourselves with. And since we can actually choose our friends as opposed to family members, um, or coworkers or anything else, we need to choose our friends wisely. And I'd like to think that I have done that. First off, like, friends should lift us up. And if someone is constantly putting you down or taking advantage of you, they're not a real friend. And you should probably ditch them. Um, and but I'm not going to talk about bad friends. It's not required to have similar interests to be best friends, but I think it really helps in my experience. And you don't want a clone of yourself either. Like, I find that the differences between me and my best friends balance me out a little bit, and I like to choose friends who are different from me in ways that they have qualities that I wish I had, because then that's an influence on me, and hopefully they can inspire me to gain those qualities. Like my friend Lauren here is super healthy, and so whenever I hang out with her, I have this energy. I'm like, I want to like work out or eat vegetables or something. um, but you want to have good influences. Um, and so Uh, yeah, but having similarities with your friends makes it easier to find activities to do together. Similar interests, like similar movies. You can go superhero movies together or something. But they can also be an encouragement. I like to I've got a friend who's also in the art business, and I will link to her Facebook page or something in the description. But uh, having another friend who's also a professional artist is helpful because we can encourage each other. We're not competing. We have different styles and different audiences. So that's also kind of nice. I hate competition. So some people, that's encouraging to them and go for it, but for me it's really not. But I love having that encouragement where we can inspire each other, we can give each other ideas, brainstorm together, we can work on projects together because we're good at different things. And it's I find that it's really cool, and so I love having that support and that encouragement, and I love being able to encourage her as well. But my best friends all have they're all creative. That's a quality that I look for in people to hang out with. Um, they're all artists or story writers, and those are two things that are very important to me. I love writing stories, and I love drawing. I mostly draw my stories. I don't usually write them down, but I like to tell them. So, if you love telling stories, it's good to have friends who you can tell your stories to. They're not going to judge you, and they might even think they're cool. That's neat. And then if they write stories, that's even better. But it could be something else. You might be into, horseback riding. Find other friends who are into horses, and you could do that together. But yeah. So Um, I have had toxic friendships in the past, and when I was younger, like junior high, high school, I had a tendency to let my friends choose me. I didn't choose my friends. And so I hung out with whoever was the first person to say, hey, let's hang out. Because I was really shy. And whereas, that didn't take me outside of my comfort zone because I didn't have to go up and talk to strangers and be like, hey, you want to be friends? It ended up hurting me in the long run because I had friends who weren't encouraging. I had friends who were bad influences on me, and it wasn't good. So I think even though it's kind of hard, you got to go out and choose your friends. And that's something I didn't really figure out until college, which is kind of sad. But and that's when I was like, okay, I see this person. I see qualities in them that I like. I see qualities in them that I wish that I had in myself. And I'm going to make an effort to get to know this person, be around them, and hopefully become friends. Um, Before that, like in high school, a lot of my friendships were toxic. I had a couple good friends, but a lot of, I guess they were more of acquaintances. That I wouldn't say that they were actually friends because they were toxic relationships. And I've had a couple of those in college. About 2 weeks in to college, I realized that a lot of the people I hung out with were not the kind of people I wanted to hang out with. Once I started to get to know them, it was like, oh, yeah, this is junior high mentality here, and just inappropriate. And I got out of that. I quit hanging out with them, and I eventually had someone come to me and be like, well, where are you? Why aren't you hanging out with our group anymore? And I had to say, I can't. This is not the kind of influence I want to be around, and I'm not going to deal with the junior high mentality. I'm going to go find some more fulfilling relationships. And after I only said that to one person in the group who asked me about it. I wasn't going to go up and tell everybody like, "Hey, I'm not going to hang out with you anymore." But after someone asked, I realized in the next week there were a few other people who left the group as well because they also realized that that's not who they wanted to be around, because that's not who they wanted to become. And I think me leaving kind of enabled them to realize, oh, it's okay to leave, go find another group. It was only 2 weeks into the school year, so there was still time to go and hang out with someone else, and then the rest of the year ended up being a whole lot better. So wow, I'm onto the line art of this drawing already. Maybe I should talk about it a little bit. This is with markers and on cardstock paper is what I've been doing my drawings, the ones that aren't in my sketchbook. Although I can't really do the markers in my sketchbook. They bleed right through. But illustration style doesn't have any noses. I've been developing them more recently, so it has a few changes, from week to week as I realize more exactly what I want it to look like. I'm not doing noses because things tend to be cuter without noses. My little sister pointed that out a few years ago. It's just one of those things that it's kind of stuck with me. So my real style, yes, has noses, but this one doesn't. And so it's interesting because noses are one of the things that look different on each person. Well, in my family, it seems like people have their noses are clones of their parents, but there's something that really differ from person to person a lot of times. And so it's kind of fun to try and just take on the challenge of finding how to make other facial features different enough from person to person to make it actually look like the person. Like you see, my face is more round. I've got high cheekbones, and my friend here has she's got a really strong square jaw, like Pocahontas. So I've given her more of a square face, and I feel like her mouth and her eye shape, like they're just, those things are different than the way I draw myself because those are different on us in real life. She's got the English background, so she's got the rectangular eyes, and I don't even have pink hair anymore. I keep drawing myself with pink hair. I'm not going through the whole bleaching process of my hair again, though. It was just long and boring. I don't know how people who do that regularly, how they sit through it. It's not the damage to my hair that worries me. It's my attention span. I'm like, nah, I can't sit here. I gotta fidget or something. I can't. But anyway, so that's basically done there. I've got the shine now is what I'm putting on the picture. And I've been using I tried to make my earrings look more like studs, like diamond studs or something. Not real diamonds, but I'm a cheapskate. But But I've been using a white gel pen and a Prismacolor white pencil, wax pencil, and I find that both of those work really well for different intensities, different effects. So I use both of them, and I think it's fun. I love adding the shine. I think it adds so much, and that's something that I didn't start doing until probably a year ago, 2 years, 3 years ago. Oh, okay, I've been doing it for a while. I saw Will Terrell do it on in his videos because he used the same markers as me, so I was intrigued the first time I watched a video, and I kept just watching the people sketching videos, and I got a lot of art and life advice out of that. That was nice. I kind of want my channel to be similar in a way. Except I'm speeding up my drawings because I'm not. I can't sit here and talk for 40 minutes. I'm not gonna come up with anything good. I mean, it'll just be rambly. I've actually done it before. There have been sometimes when I'm drawing and I'm recording the drawing, I talk in real time and everything, and then of course, like, it's more of a practice to figure out what I want to talk about when I do the real drawing, and because I have all the real time ones somewhere. But yeah, that's I don't use a black colored pencil when I go in and do extra shadows. I've been using, I think it's like a dark plum or something, also Prismacolor, when I'm doing stuff like that, where like the Prismacolor has a whole lot more intensity. They're super expensive, but someone gave me mine, so I got them for free, and I do not look forward to the day that they run out because I can't afford to buy new ones. But yeah, I might start like a Patreon or something to, support buying new art supplies to make more videos, because I like teaching. I'm not teaching classes anymore, but I really like teaching. Not necessarily the classroom style, but I think I like the YouTube tutorial and just helpful tip format, like what I'm doing or what I'm trying to figure out what to do. And then you've got my original sketch, my sketchbook, and how it translated it into the real picture that I did give to my friend on her birthday, which was this video kind of took me forever to actually get out, but there it is, and she was happy with it. I hope you guys like it, and yeah, thanks for watching.